Hi guys, if your Samsung refrigerator does not get cold and you have water leakage inside the containers and underneath, this could mean that your evaporator fan motor is out of order, and today we'll show you how to replace it. The procedure will be similar in other types of Samsung refrigerators, and for the reference, this is the model of our fridge. Before you start disassembly, make sure that the power is off. First I have to remove the shelves. And the containers. Now we will need to remove this panel in the middle. It has been held by two screws on the bottom, Phillips, and there is one more hidden underneath this cover. Besides the screws, there are 6 steps that hold the panel in place, which can be seen by these small triangles. 1, 2, 3, and we have 3 on the other side. Behind the panel you will see 2 connectors, which you have to unplug. You have to press on the side of the connector to remove it. This is a fan motor in the back of the panel. It is being held by 4 screws. Now you have to remove the tape on the bottom and on the top as well. Then you'll be able to remove the fan with the motor. You have to disconnect the cable, and here it is. This is how the fan assembly looks like. We've got the blade on this side. We'll have to remove it before we replace the motor. The motor is hidden underneath this plastic cover, and this is the connector which we unplugged, and we had to press right here to disconnect it. We will need to remove one screw. After you have removed the screw, now we can remove the fan blade. Remove this spring, and then it will come off very easy. And now you guys have to press on the sides of the top cover to undo the tabs on the side. And here it is. This is our motor. Again, you have to disconnect it, and now it can be replaced. This is the part number for the new motor. So it matches the one that we have precisely. Now we'll need to move these rubber gaskets to the new one. And you can reinstall the blade now. Push it in all the way and insert the spring. Don't forget to reconnect the connector. And now you can close the cover. Before we put everything back together, we want to quickly show you what else we have underneath this panel. The foam piece will come off as well. And underneath, guys, actually we'll see some airways. Our fan goes in here, and when it works, it moves the air, allows the air to circulate in our fridge and cool it inside. Don't forget to reinstall the screw. And now the assembly goes back inside the panel. Make sure that the yellow wire goes through this opening, and rearrange the wires the way they were before. Don't forget to reattach the tape on both sides. And now we can reinstall the whole panel. First, make sure that the connectors go back in place. Now push the panel inside. Reinstall the screws. There are two on the bottom and one in the middle on the top. And reinstall the cap. Now we can reconnect the power. And right now the current temperature inside the fridge is 27 degrees. Of course we don't want this, we want it to be way lower. The temperature inside the freezer right now is minus 4 degrees Celsius. To change it we have to press the freezer button. We'll set it to minus 20. And the similar idea for the fridge. Right now it's 27 and we want it to be, let's say 5 degrees. It will take a few minutes for the compressor to start working. The compressor is now working and our temperature is already changing. It is 26 degrees now. Alright, in about an hour and a half the temperature in the fridge got down to 4 degrees and in our freezer it is minus 14. Also, we don't see any major water accumulation inside the fridge. just a little bit of condensation, which means that so far everything is working fine. We will keep monitoring our fridge, but as I said, looks like the issue was resolved. In case if the fan replacement did not solve your problem, there could be a couple other reasons why this happens. First one would be the faulty magnetic sensor inside the door, which is located right here. You can see the switch written on the top. To test the switch, we need to use a regular magnet, which you need to apply on top of the cover. And as you guys can see, once we put the magnet on top, our lights turn off. This means that the fridge right now is thinking that the door is closed, and it turns off the light and sends a signal to the fan to start working. I'll show you guys again. Lights on, lights off. With this test you have to make sure that the light inside the fridge is working properly as well. In case if you don't get the light, this again could mean that this switch is out of order and needs to be replaced. Another reason why your fridge is not cooling down could be the controller, which is located behind the fridge. You would need to remove this panel to access it, but the way to test it would be to remove again the plastic panel inside. This will again give us access to the fan, and we would need to use the voltmeter to test the voltage. If we get any voltage on the fan, you would need to connect the voltmeter to the fan socket and see if you get 12 volts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video.